Shalom, shalom. Call halal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors once again to the apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and who rule well. This is Naaman. Came across this article and once again goes to prove how Esau, these Edomites, these so-called white people, man, we just have to be the smartest people in the history of this planet. No one can be smarter than we Edomites. All right. In this article by News Hub, it says UFOs could be time traveling humans from the future. So says the professor. UFO skeptics say they can't be alien ships because the vast distances of space are just too much. Okay, according to you, according to what you know. What makes you think, we look at that periodic table, what makes you think that's all there is? See, what these Edomites, and they probably never will figure this out, or at least admit to it, all right? You were set up to be who and what you are, and you were given a specific amount of knowledge to fulfill prophecy, and that's it. All right, you're never going to attain these heights ever again. Isaiah 14 and 21. Let's get that real quick. All right, because these devils think that they just going to continue on and on. In fact, I'll get that first. All right, since he's talking about future humans, meaning wink, wink, them. This is Psalms 49:11. It says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. You got to remember, the series Star Trek, what was that about? That was about, again, who was at the top? These Edomites, right? And that, for those of you that never quite figured it out, that was one of the most racist shows on television. All right. You had Captain Kirk, Edomite, right? He gets all the pussy, all right? He's the main man, all right? You got the so-called black woman always on the phone. You got Scotty, you know, he's, it's hinted at, you know, the drunk, all right? I mean, wow. And that goes into Job, let me get that real quick, about, and this is what the Lord is going to do as far as cutting Esau off. This is Job chapter 5, all right, verse 12. It says, he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. What does he want to do? He wants to take his bullshit out amongst the stars. Remember that saying at the end of Planet of the Apes said, beware the beast man, all right? He not only destroy himself, but he'll make your land a desolation, paraphrasing, of course, all right? And that's what he's going to do. You think the Lord is going to allow that? Hell no, all right? So let's go back to the Chariots here. It says UFO skeptics say they can't be alien ships because the vast distances of space are just too much. But a university professor in the U.S., where else, thinks he solved that problem. They're not from other planets at all. They're piloted by humans, but from the future. We know we're here. We know humans exist. Professor of biological anthropology at Montana Technical University told Space.com last week. We know that we've had a long evolutionary history on this planet, and we know our technology is going to be more advanced in the future. I think the simplest explanation, innately, is that it is us. I'm just trying to offer what is likely the most parsimonious explanation. Rather than being extraterrestrials, Dr. Master suggests we're actually witnessing extraterrestrials, humans from the future who figure out time travel and have ships capable of pulling off moves that ours can't, such as those seen in the infamous 2004 U.S. Navy video. Okay. All right, let's go to the scriptures. And I'm going to start. Let's see, where do I want to start? Let's see. Let's see. Ah, let's see. So I could just bear with me this one here. Second Samuel 2. Let's see. Oh, whoops. Sorry about that. So I can 2. What I was thinking there. All right. This is Second Samuel chapter 2, verse 11. It says, and it came to pass as they. In fact, I'll start up a little bit. Let's see. Round 6. Let's see. Let's start at 9. Second Kings chapter 2, verse 9. It says, and it came to pass when they were gone over that Elijah said unto Elisha, ask what I shall do for thee before I be taken away from thee. And Elisha said, I pray thee, let a double portion of thy spirit be upon me. And he said, thou hast asked a hard thing. Nevertheless, if thou see me when I am taken from thee, it shall be so unto thee. But if not, it shall not be so. Verse 11, and it came to pass as they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, and parted them both asunder, and Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven. A so-called UFO. All right, let's get another one. Let's go to Zechariah, 5th chapter. Start at the top. It says, then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. All right, and he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For every one that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and every one that swears shall be cut off as on that side according to it. And the thing Esau is trying not to admit, at least openly, when it says the curse that goeth forth over the face of the earth, this has got him terrified, because he knows there's something out there that's above him, all right, that he can't fuck with. All right, so this guy here is talking about, well, maybe it's our own people that are coming back in time, and he only wishes that were true, and it's not. All right, these are the angels of the Lord. All right, so let's go to Ezekiel. He wishes he had that. No. This is Ezekiel. Let's see. Chapter 1, verse 4. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding itself. And brightness was about it. Just think of Independence Day, and the fire enfolding itself, when you see the clouds and you see this fire, and you see the cloud like rolling as the ship is coming out of it. Or Stargate SG-1, the episode Thor's Hammer, where the Asgard ship came out the cloud, Those are the two best that I can think of off the top of my head. All right. Once again, it's Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 4. And it says, "And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof, as the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire." All right. Verse 5. "Also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of four living creatures, and this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man," talking about the angels of the Lord, "and every one had four faces, and every one had four wings. And their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot, and they sparkled like the color of burnished brass." All right, meaning they were dark. All right, "and they had the hands of a man under their wings on their four sides, and they four had their faces and their wings. Their wings were joined one to another. They turned not when they went. They went every one straight forward." All right. "As for the likeness of their faces, they four had the face of a man and the face of a lion on the right side, and they four had the face of an ox on the left side. They four also had the face of an eagle. Thus were their faces, and their wings were stretched upward. Two wings of every one were joined one to another, and two covered their bodies. And they went every one straight forward, whither the Spirit was to go. They went, and they turned not when they went." All right. As uh, as for the likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like burning coals of fire, and like the appearance of lamps. It went up and down among the living creatures, and the fire was bright, and out of the fire went forth lightning. All right. So, no, they're not Edomites coming back from the future like this professor probably wishes they were. All right. So, there's no hope for you Edomites. All right. All right. Just read Obadiah. All right. What else do we have? Oh, of course, Acts, first chapter. Acts 1. Let's see, let's start around 6, I guess. Yeah, I'll start at 6. It says, "When they were therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom of Israel? And he said unto them, It is not for you to know the times or the seasons, which the Father hath put in his own power." All right. Letting you know two separate entities here, Father and Son. "But ye shall receive power after that the Holy Spirit is come upon you, and ye shall be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and in Samaria and unto the uttermost part of the earth." Here's the point in 9. "And when they had spoken these things while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight." All right. This cloud was what is known by the general public as UFOs. That's what it was. The chariot. Let's go to back in the Old Testament. Let's go to Isaiah 60. Let's go down to 8. It says, "Who are these that fly as a cloud and as doves to their windows?" All right. Let's go to, back to Acts. And Acts chapter 9, verse 3. All right. "And as he journeyed, he came near Damascus, and suddenly there shined around about him a light from heaven. And he fell to the earth, and heard a voice saying unto him, Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me?" All right. What do you think that was? All right. So I'm going to end it with this one. Let's see. Make sure I got everything here. Yeah. I'll end it with going to Colossians. All right. Because you got to remember, these are spiritual vehicles. All right. Made by guess who? This is Colossians chapter 1, verse 16. All right. In fact, let me go up. 12, it says, giving thanks unto the Father, which hath made us meet to be partakers of the inheritance of the saints and alike. This is talking about Israel, no one else. Who hath delivered us from the power of darkness and hath translated us into the kingdom of his dear Son. The Son, all right, here we go. 14, in whom we have redemption through his blood, even the forgiveness of sins. 15, who is the image of the invisible power, the firstborn of every creature, Yahushua. For by him were all things created. For by him were all things created. We're talking about the Son here, Yahushua, that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created by him and for him. And he is before all things, and by him all things consist. All right, and he is the head of the body, the church, who is the beginning, the firstborn from the dead, that in all things he might have the preeminence. All right, and this goes to those people that say, well, you're not supposed to worship Yahushua. All right, and well, this cancels that out. Yes, that in all things he might have the preeminence. All right, he is our mediator. All right, he went on the cross and shed his blood. All right, and go into Hebrews 9th chapter. Oh, it talks about neither the blood of bullocks and all that, because the old ways were done away with. We had to sacrifice animals, all right, with the Levites, okay, because that's done away with. All right, you don't have the Levitical priesthood anymore, because in the new covenant, we're all priests. All right, so I'm going to end it on that. Hopefully whoever sees this is edified. Once again, Esau and his, this is one stupid individual, you know. He really thinks that he's on some kind of level, all right. So with that, once again, just have to, you know, hasten the day and keep watching, because these prophecies are just popping off. I mean, it's crazy out here at any time and at any moment, you know. So with that, once again, call Halal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Once again, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, who told me it's true, and who rule well. Salutations to the Akim out there on the highways and byways, pushing this truth in all honesty and sincerity, trying to wake up the hopeful elect. So with that, Shalom, Abad Babar.